I did not do a sound test. Good evening, folks. Hopefully I will just get told immediately if I should have done a sound test. It's getting crazy now. We're not doing sound tests. We're gonna play classic hardcore. We're gonna do a dungeon. I am... losing my train of thought. Oh, I missed the buff here. Okay. The buffs were late, and I tried to get this one, and I missed it. Alright, well, I'm gonna let some friends know that I am live, and we will get going, and, well, we'll get going on waiting. I am in a group. I'm going to do Wolfrak to clear out some of these quests that are in my quest log. I should probably clear my inventory before we get going. I have not played classic hardcore on this character for about 6 months, so I'm hoping that doing a dungeon is not overly aggressive, but I feel like I am quite high in the level range for it, and my group mates are similar, so we got another 48, I'm 48, and a 47, so I'm hoping that that means good things for us.
I supply only the finest goods.
Let's see. Keep that. I have the mana potions that I can res my pet in a crisis. These are... I will sell this one. These are quest items. Buffs. This is a stick. I guess I should see if any of these things are good on the auction house. I feel like this is probably for sale. I think I need the agility. So go with that. That is not an upgrade. Doesn't... So I have this weird thing on this character where when I, like, shift on things, it often just makes up the stat changes. As you can see, this one is completely wrong. If I have an item with 6 agility on and I put one with 1 agility, I don't get +1 agility. Oh! I have just noticed that Songvale is posting. I should probably, like, open the chat. So you can see. Or so I can see you. My bad. I opened my, stream manager and it said session 358, and I was like, I've been streaming for 4 hours. Hello, Songvale. Well, Rain is a pretty, like, kind of stereotypical name, but there's an NPC named Rain as well. So you might be thinking of maybe some of those.
Safe travels.
I feel like I have to relearn where all the crisis potions are. I was just saying that I came here to pick up a buff out of Stormwind, but unfortunately I was slightly too late for this one, and then as a result missed the Stormwind one also. So that's unfortunate. Ideally I am in a group with these folks because we are going to run Zul'Farrak, but at least one of them is AFK, and I have seen other groups advertising in the interim, so I'm not totally sure how the group is going. But I like it because 48 is on the higher end, I think, for Zul'Farrak, and I'm 48, they're 48, and 47, so I feel like it's a safe-ish dungeon run. I think maybe we'll travel up to the Badlands and see if anybody's advertising a group for these rares also. It means that you have been here for every stream that I have had for my last 3 streams, I think is what that means. Thank you for being my most reliable viewer. Zul'Farrak is in hardcore moments a lot. I will be cautious. Where's Badlands? Interesting, I don't actually, like, have one for Badlands. Is it only a horde base in vanilla there? I guess so. Alright. I feel like Agatha should enjoy this. But we'll see. I don't know. Like, it's a Drizzt insert. So, like, Black Panther kitties should be down. I guess I forgot that we are not going to get summoned in, so I probably actually should be working my way to the dungeon rather than going off to Timbuktu. I need to go to the Timbuktu that this dungeon is in. It was a big day for Kitty, and I could also see, I know sometimes vaccinations are tiring for humans, so I wouldn't be surprised if they are tiring for little kitties also. Was she hungry when she got back? I keep having this thought of, like, oh, frick, I forgot my, like, stuff in your car, but, like, no, I didn't. It's on the bed. By stuff, I mean the box of parrot toys and food and emergency food. Yeah, she might be feeling crummy. But a little bit of crummy right now means fully alive later. For those who are watching the VOD, wondering what I'm talking about, because I totally fail to read my chat out loud. Unskilled screamer. Wow. Unskilled streamer move. Unskilled streamer move. We're gonna practice, like, speaking recipes here. Speaking recipes? Speaking exercises. Good lord. Oh my goodness. Okay. We are discussing Songvale's young kitten, who went to the vet today for round 1 of some vaccinations.
Light be with you.
So let's see. We need to get to Daenerys. I think Ratchet's probably the best way there. Yeah. So we're gonna fly right back to where we just were. Songvale says that her kitty was vaccinated for all the usual respiratory viruses, etc., and also for the leukemia virus, whose real name she cannot remember. It is feline immuno something virus. I think isn't it FIV? Ooh, we got a 51 warrior. All right, I'm feeling really good about the safety of this dungeon. Okay. I'm not sure. Yeah, I was gonna say the FELV looks right, but it looks like you have Googled it. FELV is the one for the feline leukemia virus. Alright, we are almost full. A warrior joining at 51, saying that they are only willing to join us because there are paladins to dispel the hex. I was gonna say that, like, she's unlikely to get anything, but I guess I don't know which of those things can be, like, carried in on your boots, and I know that there is a lot of semi-feral to totally feral kind of barn cats around you. We are in a Zul'Farrak group with so many mallets. And how did the big tabby with white blotches look? Where did you see them? It was a kitty I spotted once before. Well, it's a good thing that I turned around because it is time to be at Zul'Farrak. And everybody else is closer than me. I guess would Theramore have been closer? Should I have gone to Menethil? Probably the travel time. The travel time might have been a little shorter. I probably should have gone up to Menethil, but it really depends on where I would have hit boats and loading screens. We're gonna miss this boat, I bet. Frustrating. But I shall drink of the waters. Good kitty. What do you think? We gonna make the boat when I turn around, or the boat ought to be gone? I think boat's already gone. No, we're gonna agonizingly watch it leave. We're gonna watch it run away from us. No. No! I could end my character by just jumping on there right now. I feel like they could do like an April Fool's version of hardcore moments wherein like nobody dies, nothing overly dangerous actually happens at all. It's all just like clips like that of like people just barely missing the boat, but you know, not dying. Just incredibly minor annoyances in the scheme of the whole shebang. This. Chicken. Light of a loon macro. Okay. Target. Oh, this is for skilling up in the deep run tran. That's what this was for. Okay. Almost the worst, you know, but it's right up there, really close with the experience of losing a character. I have lost a level 8. I have lost either a 19 or a 20. I think it was a 19. And then also, what level was Trivia when Trivia died that one time? The Silo Omnibus just became available. I'm gonna go claim that right now before I forget. But in return, I shall release Book 2 back to the masses. Agatha is a kitty donut watching my stream over the edge of the desk. That's very cute. I just started reading a physical novel, but now I could finish reading a trilogy that I've been reading. What to do, what to do. I watched a video which was talking about, like, bunker-based dystopia science fiction stories, and decided to look up a couple of the books that the video essayist mentioned. The first one was deeply crass and not for me. So I returned that one. But I've been really enjoying the Silo series. I really like the first one, Wool, a lot. Shift was incredibly okay. The essay at the end of Shift from the author mentioned, I think it was an editor, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But that, I think it was his editor liked the second book, and it was her favorite. But it, like, was the most in need of, like, some editorial commentary, in my opinion. So I think it was a little bit of a blind spot, but I was waiting for book 3 to become available, and now an omnibus copy that contains book 3 is available to me. Maybe I should, like, dip from Zul'Farrak and just read a spoilerific. Are you serious? Can you hear me? Is it? No, it's okay. That is ironic. I like looked up and my mic was still plugged in and everything, so and we've got someone down to Benny Blanco. I might have like just stumbled on what I was saying. I have to say, I played Alliance during Vanilla. Back when people like actively used the emotes more. The male orc dance is fantastic. Maybe I should get a sound redame for Benny Blanco. Although I guess I'd have to record one because that's not actually like an in-game sound effect. It's just LFD or no, LFG being very excited when somebody dies to Benny Blanco. You know, I love the roleplay elements of like the long sweeping boats in and like the long travel time because it really feels more immersively like I am spending time in Azeroth. But it does make me feel incredibly self-conscious when like everybody's waiting for me to get to a dungeon. But we're almost to the part with the flight path. I also keep having this sense of fear as we approach these goblin towns, because my druid in retail, I think it was during Burning Crusade, I decided that I was gonna get the Bloodsail Buccaneer stuff where you can become like hated with the goblins and talk to the pirates and like get a quest from them. I never made it to that, actually. I just got myself hated with all the goblins, and now if I, like, go in a goblin town, they murder me on that character to this day. And it's weird, because I was playing vanilla a lot on, like, this character, on a warrior, which is a Tauren warrior, and I don't remember having that, like, sense of fear going into the goblin towns. But I guess it's just that I, like, didn't play them for as long as I played that druid, and so right now, every time I approach a goblin town, I'm like, oh, I forgot my character's gonna die. Songville says, personally, when she's waiting for someone to get to a dungeon, she usually feels a slight sense of relief that she doesn't need to be doing things yet. So maybe people are just glad to be not risking their lives yet. Yeah, you know, they can just be thinking about how their lives are imminently about to be at risk. for some reason thought Furlbrall's pumpkin farm was in Elwyn, but I guess I am wrong. That is correct. If you worry, you suffer twice as much. What a bargain. Okay, no, not the last part. Not the last part. But the first part, yes. I should rewatch Fantastic Beasts, just the first one. I remember, like, not being as into the sequel, and except for, like, the castle with the hippogriff baby? I think it's a hippogriff. In the third one, I actually don't remember anything that happens in the third one. But I really liked Newt Scamander and his suitcase in the first one. I am starting to get a little bit nervous though, because I just haven't played this character in a while, but I'm Hunter, so like, I should be fine. It took me a second to figure out what you were doing, but it's do 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 do. It says Songville. Honestly, though, like, as I focus up on the dungeon, I'm not totally sure where I'm going to put my phone. I thought it was ridiculous to have, like, a phone thing that hung off your, like, laptop. Cooling pad mount thing. And now I see what it's for. It's for watching your Twitch chat. Duh. It was the Theramore music. Oh, I see. That's true. I guess I just assumed it was Harry Potter theme. Or Hedwig theme, but we all think of it as the Harry Potter song. Hydration alert. Alright, well, if you keep doing this, I'm gonna run out of water. Alright, we've had some more water. Well, I'm busy playing hardcore. I can't stand up. Almost there, almost there. Should've come up with more to say before I started singing. Almost there, almost there. Should've come up with more to say. Alright. What have you suddenly found the desire to clip? I guess you could just do a montage of all the times I just burst out singing. I am a little quiet as I'm just thoughtful about going around some of these elites. I guess I'm just supposed to run in. Please, no dismount. No dismount. Okay. Alright, I can remove magic curse poison. Got water. Given more water. I got bandages. Where are my bandages? Right there. Okay. Where's the water he just gave me? There it is. So we're just gonna go nice and easy. We're not gonna pull aggro. Just gonna shoot them. And it's gonna be a really chill time. We're gonna remember that we should attack the one that the tank is on for maximum safety. I see, you guys singing. Alright. Well done, you figured it out.
It's too far away.
I was gonna ask you what you will do with this newfound power, but I mean, presumably it's clip things.
I need to get closer.
I feel like I should stay on the lookout for a guild name that I would want to be under my name. Alright, we got a larger pull here. I have done myself the disservice of having myself go You're trying to distract me. Do you want to be responsible for my death? Oh, I get it. You are very clever. Well, I've had a drink in real life also. Might have something to pull here. Like tank is on it.
Out of range.
Yeah, I will have to test sometime. I guess I don't know how exactly we'd test what the delay is. Um, Given that, like, if we tested at your house, like, it's not gonna be how it behaves for me, certainly. I admit that I want to, like, be silent and focused and, like, thoughtful right now. Like, not because I'm having deep thoughts, but just because I feel like I need to, like, heads up, pay attention. Makes you appreciate that presenting is a skill. You know, I just realized, okay, I have enough. But I was like, oh man, I did not make sure that I had enough, arrows to do this. But it looks like I actually have quite a few, and I should be fine. Alright, this tank definitely knows what we're doing, so that is great. Every time a death alert pops up, I'm like, oh frick, is that my group? Going down? Because I'm used to, like, watching hardcore moments where, of course, you get to see, everybody die. You know, I actually, before I went live, I slash-who'd Phoenix RP because I saw one of them in Stormwind, and none of their names were RP names. And I don't think so. At best, I think it is about starting over again, because it is hardcore. But I was disappointed when I realized that, like, it wasn't a hardcore roleplay guild. I saw that spell come from behind me, and I was like, oh frick, is that a troll? But no, it was our mage. It was our... No! R.I.P. person from Molten Core. The beetles are for a quest, the Scarab Shells quest. They, the scarabs drop their shells very surprisingly rarely. Imagine dying to a healer, like, that's brutal. F for Lazitho. Lazitho? I think it really helps that, like, this whole group is honestly pretty over-leveled for this place. So I don't think we're gonna have any issues. I'm hoping that we don't have any issues.
That's still recharging. That's now.
Let's see. 9 agility. Stamina. We'll agreed that. That's true. That's the issue. We are hitting the beetles too hard, which is cracking their shells.
I can't.
We have to touch the beetles way more gently. I only need one more, so it's possible that I can still get it. But it is not lucky for everyone else.
I can't carry anymore.
Honestly, don't remember because it's been so long, like, what the other objectives for my quests are in here. I should take a look when we're en route to the next fight.
Inventory is full.
I will be hitting 48 here, or sorry, 49 here really shortly, which is very exciting. My pet took one of the hexes, which is nice for the other players who cannot be resurrected as easily as she can. And by that, as it is hardcore, I mean that they cannot be resurrected at all. Heal People has found out that that did not work out, I guess. don't have a food buff, if I'm being real with you, dude. But I will go ahead and drink.
I need a target. Recharging. That ability isn't ready yet. I can't do that.
Alright, easy peasy. If hunter pets also only had 1 life, that would be super sad. Cat pets definitely should have 9. Woohoo! 49!
It's still recharging.
I feel like this dark cat is a lot more popular in hardcore than I remember it being on my server in vanilla. Oof. What are my other ones? Tiara of the Deep and Masharu. Okay. I've always thought it was interesting that he yells this in Troll. But the line is clearly voice acted, one of the few voice act things in vanilla, and it's, you know, just voice acted in English. I don't know if somebody stepped on the zombies or what. Like, I'm not sure where they came from.
Target. I can't carry anymore.
Avoid touching any more of those. Drizzt is indeed having a resurgence, doing a valuable service to everyone vainly attempting to create a Zendali dictionary. True. I suck at tap targeting. Like all hunters. I am a dumpster fire. Oop, we have lost rain. We should make like a a to-do list. I lost my previous list of things to make for the stream. I don't know where I put it. I keep being like, oh cool, all the people are here from my server, but like, it's vanilla hardcore. So, of course they're all from my server. That must be extremely frustrating. Okay, I gotta pay attention. That must be extremely frustrating to die to anything else.
Inventory is full.
Doing the long bathroom. Please send prunes. Well, I'm focused on hardcore at the moment, but I will send you many pictures of prunes later. I, like, skipped over what you actually said and thought it said, please send help, I'm starting to like trolls. And I was like, well, that's a situation. Our paladin's power went out, but luckily they have survived. hardcore people really believe in reincarnation, you know?
Let the executions begin.
This fight has always scared me. I think just because it was so clear to me in vanilla that, like, pulling a bunch of mobs at once was, like, a death choice. And so this one where you, like, intentionally fight tons and tons of them at once is just genuinely super scary. I forgot how chill this was. I could be doing this instead of scrolling Reddit. The LOS issues here are not perfect. Particularly because I can then have, like, target too close as a hunter in this era. What is Agatha doing that she's so sweet? She is putting her paws on the arm to make herself a headrest. So cute. Using paws to get headrest. Really just any animal, like, resting their head on anything pillow-esque gets me immediately. Like, pillows for all animals. Oof. I don't remember how many minutes this goes on for, but I have to say this is even longer than that one fight in, oh, what's it called? Is it Halls of Lightning? Or Halls of Stone? Although at least this one has, like, more things to fight. There's not as much just, like, actually just standing there. Like, that one is way more boring because you have to just stand there. But this is also long. Morlatum has gotten 2 tonight. Well, we do have to put an end to ransomware. That's totally fair. Anyway, your cat tree for Agatha, or cat bush, is very close. It needs an actual hammock to be added to the little hammock hooks that I put on it. And then also it needs to have its scratching post actually attached. And then ideally it would have like some carpet added. To make it just less of like random wood. Do you have any carpet scraps? Please supply carpet scraps for your... Thank you for banning that. Please supply carpet scraps for your cat tree. Also, yes, there are various media about that. That was once my dream, to experience something akin to this. This group has had absolutely no trouble. What were you saying about video game isekai, though?
I can't do that.
feel like I can't move on until I know what you were going to say about being sucked into a video game for real-world stakes. You know, it would have been a great parody back in the day when, like, things were simpler. Being sucked into a video game to compete for real-world stakes, except it's just, like, a comedy premise where, like, you know, it's, like, for T-bones and stuff. Somebody should make a video game with a core premise that you have to fight real-world bad guys. At the risk of being too real, I think that is generally the premise of, military advertisements. Oh wait, like where people use the video game to, like, have the conflict? It's not a video game, but that's the premise of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! But for video games. Card games in Azeroth instead of card games on motorcycles. Like, there's a game world, but it's also canonical that real-world bad guys are using the game to do bad guy stuff, and you have to engage in in-game actions in order to stop them. That also sounds like a 90s version of the internet. You know, like in like a children's anime. That could have been a Digimon premise back in, like, 1998. Where you'd actually, like, go... Actually, there's a version of Mega Man called NT Warrior, where, like, people use their net navies, which are like AI companions, to like rob banks and stuff, and then the kids use their AI companions to like get into sword fights with viruses and villains and things. I feel like I would enjoy that. Versions of it have indeed been done before, but that's okay. I like that premise.
The Sand Fury reigns supreme.
Still recharging.
Feel the fury of the sands.
Woohoo! Oh.
I don't have a target.
Some shoulders dropped that only one person needed, but that one person got, that one person rolled a 1. Hope I do not regret that. My pet is on growl.
Out of range.
Okay. Well, hopefully she didn't pull anything. It would have been painful if they'd been only one person to roll and Fate had decided to spend their 100 roll for the season. Yeah, that would have been more brutal. It was the best place to roll a 1. This is the spot where all the groups wipe. Agatha's enjoying the gameplay. Thought for a moment that you'd Petri. Nope, I don't have a Petri. I don't even have enough gold to buy a Petri. I am getting to a level, though, where I should probably stop and farm some gold for one. But yeah, this has been exceptionally clean. No real issues. And we are about to be done, I think. I need to loot 2 quest items, so I guess we're just gonna drop an herb for right now. I believe we may have a rare here. I saw something named Dust Wraith, and I don't remember that. I was gonna say, I don't know why I greeted that. Because I can't loot it. We're gonna have to drop something to loot it. It's this fire bloom, maybe. The last thing I need is one more scarab shell in here, though. So we might end up carefully farming scarabs. Very slowly gaining sword skill here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright. Did not like... My health went a little bit lower than I expected there. Well, we've achieved something. Got one.
That's Ella's. Inventory is full.
Alright, we just need one more to drop. Daris, Dust Wallow, Gadgetsan, Gadget. Hopefully this will not be my end. Ooh, this was probably the wrong move. Stuff is respawned. Okay. Gotta be very, very careful here. Oh, frack. Okay, wrong move. Wrong move! We're gonna hearth. Okay. That was so close. That was the wrong move, but we are okay. Woo! Woo! Well, I guess I could clip that and put that on hardcore moments. Although I don't feel like that was that, that was that exciting. That was just scary. Woo! I did not expect everything to be, like, all respawned like that. Oof. Oof. I am really glad that I, like, had heads up and was looking at my mini-map with the tracking on it, because that could have gone really, really badly. Your heart going? Are you not entertained? Like your own private live viewing of the next hardcore moments. Well, she doesn't understand that Bright Ranger can only die once. Yeah. There's, like, no rats to kill in here. Did they get rid of the rats? I think they got rid of the rats. There are none here. They respawn really fast. So I doubt it, unless the rats are only on the other side. Which, like, that could be, which is why you bring the rats to Nipsey. Maybe the rats are just always on the other side. It might just be that Nipsey on this side has turned them all into rat kebabs. Well, I think about how we're gonna end the evening is just by turning in our quests, getting the log down to just 10 out of 20. And that's probably gonna be the quiet end to my stream where I did not die. Also, Songvale, the like meaning of the name wool makes more sense. I see in the omnibus, like book 2 was broken up into sections that had titles, but I feel like book 1 in the copy I was reading didn't do that. Maybe I'm wrong. But in this omnibus, there are names for different sections of book 1. I don't know, like, one of the names seems familiar, but the other ones I don't remember, so I'm not sure. That is true. It's kind of like life. Every day where you don't die is a win. No, 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 no. Oh. This though. I'm gonna have to hit a vendor though first, I think, because I'm gonna turn in 1 item and get 2. Before I get to Gadget Sand to turn in some of these other ones. Do 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 do. I keep opening this like it's gonna give me instructions, but it's not. There's nothing to do but enjoy the scenery. Oh. You know, I just saw this ship over here with the unicorn on it, which reminded me of Quel'Tha Lass, which reminds me, Songvale, that you could start a new RP that I'm probably too tired to reply to, but I could enjoy your post. Not Lanar. Reminds me of Laylar. You told me to start. When did you tell me to start it? I do not remember being told to start it. Seriously? 2 days ago? Well, that would explain why we haven't been role-playing. Because I was supposed to start it 2 days ago. I will address this discrepancy tomorrow. Okay, I will do this. Really looking forward to it being canonically recorded. That, you know, this is why it's important to really know your food, to be close to it. Because if Dusk Harbor had ever actually been near his food, he would have heard that despite standing next to an actual herd, there was nothing to hear. All sheep brains share one ba. Honestly, that would be surreal if you could feel like one thought just snaking its way through a crowd of people. They have been slain by a brain eater. Terrible way to go. That I didn't recognize the model of that catacomb in Duskwood used at all. I wonder if they just totally removed it. I feel like parts of it kind of reminded me of the catacombs with the trolls in Ghostlands and Burning Crusade, but it wasn't quite the same, and it just makes me think that that might have been a unique sculpted piece of underground terrain. I feel like Sandlane could come up with a contagious thought, but I wonder if they would have to put it in, like, sort of like a invisible, like, malware in, like, the mind of a psychic person. For a second I thought it had frozen, but I just didn't notice the water was moving. It would not be safe for it to freeze while I was out in the middle of nowhere on the water. Especially because my Hearthstone is on cooldown now. I'm out of fish to feed to my kitty. I could feed her this clam meat, I suppose. Okay. Care of the Deep. Tabitha. I think she's in the quagmire. While we are running on this road, I need to stay focused. I need to not alt-tab and read an ebook. Run on the road. Look at the fantasy land. I want this character to live. Make it to 60. She's not here, right? Like, she's out in the quagmire. That's not her house off to the right. This is the guy who, like, wants eyeballs. Yeah. That's a different house. Different quest. If you know, you know. He just has a quest to get him eyeballs. I forget exactly what he's doing, but it's something about food. He's eating the eyeballs. He wants eyeballs, I think, from spiders, maybe? Oh, Morlatum gets another one. Yes, he does. You know what's interesting is, like, you said that, but I hadn't looked at your chat, but that's what I typed in the LFG that you can't see. I said, Morladim has eaten well this eve. That is true. But at least our thoughts are wordplay and not, not a single bah. Although things are not looking good with how long it took me to come up with that thought. My turn with the train of thought. Although Railway has died, so the train of thought might be going out of business here. Alright, this looks suspicious. Oh, Bart, don't stand on the landmines. Big boof. Feel like it's somewhere near here. I think it is a little bit north of where all of the level 60 dragons are. So if I hit the level 60 dragons, I've gone too far. Also, I probably am just gone. Realistically. I had this thought earlier, and I was like, why is the word ultra so popular in names? But it's that ultra hardcore mod. Alright, Dragon Merc. Not good. There's her house. Alright, we found it. I feel like the mod has an interesting premise, but I'm not convinced that it's developed enough for the right balance of, like, immersion. Like the lack of information needs to feel like immersion, rather than just my UI is broken.
Light bless you.
We didn't stop at a vendor, damn it.
Be careful.
I guess we'll feed the clam meat to Kitty. And then we will have some inventory space.
Well met.
All right.
Safe travels.
Do you have the tiara, Bright Ranger? Has Velratha learned the price of crossing me?
Go with honor.
Wonderful. You found it. And what's just as important, Velratha no longer has it. Thank you, Bright Ranger. I am forever in your debt. And if I sounded a little mean before, pay it no mind. You'll find me a much nicer person to those who haven't stolen from me.
Farewell. Need help?
All right.
Light bless you.
Quest complete. Let's go turn in the other 3 in Daenerys. I'm tempted to save some time by swimming across the bay. So we're gonna do that. I don't think I remember that being a bad idea, especially now that I am like 10 levels over all of these other mobs. I think it's gonna be fine. Alright, we have reached the water. 42, 39. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fine. Okay. So what did you work on this evening while listening to me stream? Mostly watched the stream, also looked at cat backpacks. Did you find any that you like? Ooh, green. That sounds nice. Were the reviews good on it? Did it seem like the reviews were actually for the product that the page was now being used to sell? I think I took a chance on the one that you're borrowing from me, and there was, like, no reviews for it yet, but I went for it, and I do really like that bag. I just wish Haruko wasn't afraid of it. That is good that they ended up surviving, because I feel like that is actually a really well-made bag. Like, the issue is entirely that my poor ferret has panic attacks. There's nothing wrong with the bag.
What's on your mind? See you soon.
Can you send me a link to the one that you like? I want to see it, or at least send a picture. You don't have to send a link to the whole product if you don't feel like it. Oh, I am so yawny now. Would you like feedback on this bag design? Generally people avoid pet backpacks with that clear plastic because the solar gain effect on it is really intense, and even though the sides are mesh, it's kind of like cracking the windows. Like, it doesn't do enough. It gets really hot in there for the pet. Oh, I missed the sunshade. That's fair, so you could close it maybe. And then just have the sides be opened. This looks terrifying. Gotta stay away from that. It probably would be okay then if you just left the sunshade down. I don't know. I've just been surprised to like realize even on a cloudy day, like how much solar gain exists in my car.
Keep it real.
You have the shells? My cousin in Booty Bay is waiting for a load of them, and he's getting impatient. I feel like early on I could do all of these different like accents, and now I'm struggling. This just sounds like a male gnome. Hey, do you have the shells? My cousin in Booty Bay is waiting for a load of them, and he's getting impatient.
Right back.
Oh, great! You got them. Thanks, Bright Ranger. You're a real lifesaver. Alright. Who else? Brenton Lighthammer. In Gadgetzan. That's where I am. And... Kenya. Okay.
Salutations. Right.
Just looking for these people to turn in the quest. Here's one of them. I don't remember where the Kenya is, though.
Dear Daughters,
Did you bring me the temper, Bright Ranger?
goodbye.
Ah, this is very nice temper indeed, and so much of it. I'll be at work for days before I use it all. Thank you, Bright Ranger. Please, take this as payment. Alright. I guess this just says in Daenerys. I have no idea where... Oh, wait. Wait, was this over at Steamwhittle Port? I think so. So we need to stay away from the, skull levels business going on over there. So we will turn this in, and then I won't log out right away. I will go back to a rested area where it is safe. I can't hearth. That would be the easy thing to do. But it's on cooldown because we narrowly evaded death at the end of Zul'Farrak. There we go.
How you doing, man? See ya later.
Do you have the tablets of the prophecy of... Nope, it's got the same accent again. Do you have the tablets of the prophecy of Masharu, Bright Ranger? When I gain the tablets, I will study them and learn how to contain the essence of Hakar.
Later.
Ah, this is good. I can fuse these ancient tablets together, then study their hidden secrets. My debt to you grows, Bright Ranger, and it will grow further still.
You see it, yeah?
The prophecy of Masharu speaks of an ancient egg. The accent is just not happening. I'm just gonna read it. I don't know why I can't do these accents anymore. The prophecy of Masharu speaks of an ancient egg. It is a relic of a time when trolls ruled vast empires, and it has the power to hold the essence of Hakar. It may be the only way to keep our world safe from his evil. Bring me the ancient egg, Bright Ranger. It is said to lay hidden deep within Jintha lore and in the hinterlands, in a cave behind the amphitheater at the top of the city. So I think this quest actually would be really convenient to do, if I'm not mistaken, with getting the mallet, which I already have. But that's alright. I will address this at another time. Oh no, am I thinking this? Altar of Zool? No. Okay, so yeah, this is something that would have made sense to do with getting the mallet, but I already have the mallet. Doot. So we'll have to come back for that at another time. Not too bad. We hit 49. We are almost halfway through it. So there's a reasonable chance that the next time I played, 50 will be within my grasp. Should I fly somewhere else or just log out in Gadgetzan? What do we think? Fly somewhere else. Okay. Is that because you don't want the stream to be over because you think we should fly somewhere else? That's kind of what I thought of and why I was like, maybe I should go somewhere else. It just didn't feel like the Goblin Town was very safe. Also, I don't like, this seems like it was closer now, and I don't like that. So we're gonna just leave.
Well met. See you soon.
I guess like Ratchet isn't not a Goblin Town. I was gonna like log out in Booty Bay because I was like, oh yeah, then I can get the buff the next time I log in. But I guess that's a Goblin Town. Maybe the reason I still fear Goblin Towns, even though I'm not on my Druid, is like a premonition. I guess I will go all the way back to Stormwind. Ooh. Still, it feels good that we got so many quests done. I think I would like to address these ones in Badlands. I remember one of them. This one. I want this chest. It is leather, but like the amount of agility it has, it seems like it's worth it. Although I will admit, this looks like an intentional set, and that is not to be discounted. I guess we could get all the way back to Stormwind, and then I can look to see if there's any upgrades to buy, which is just exciting. Like, these are from 37. That was 12 levels ago. People will be sadder when I die if I have a cool looking appearance. You are welcome. I'm glad that you have enjoyed stream. I want to try to hold to at least Wednesday. I feel like after I went to the library and stuff with you, I felt a lot better. So that was a nice reset point. But I do think I also am gonna do some wind down. I know it's only like 9:20, but I'm really tired. And I might go to bed and just like lean into the fact that it's like, oh, I'm getting tired really early. Well, that's okay because this time next week it will be 10:20. And that's fine. I do have it in my stream calendar. It should be on my schedule that I stream on whatever day this is. What year is it? At least at one time it was on my calendar, but it's possible I missed it a couple times and then it deleted it. Yeah, it might be just that I missed it. It's possible I missed it like a couple weeks in a row. And maybe that caused problems, I don't know. I'm torn. Do you want to see amazing auction house gameplay, or should I get to Stormwind and then let myself log out and go to bed? How we feeling? How we feeling? That's fair. Okay, well, let's get to Stormwind, and I think we're gonna call it then. Okay.
Talk to me. Pretty good.
Alright, well, thank you for your time this evening, folks. If you are catching it in the VOD, Wow Wednesday is my day where if I don't do anything else all week, I do try to get on Twitch at some point to do a little bit of WoW streaming. I've got a couple characters on hardcore. Occasionally I'll do retail. I'm doing leveling in Mop Classic. I want to see the Veil before it is ruined again. And I am also hoping to get some rewards for Legion Remix. So there's all kinds of WoW that you might catch on WoW Wednesdays. Outside of that, I do occasionally do some drawing and art streaming. You can see the links for that somewhere. I don't know where they are. And I was going to gesture, but you can't see me because I don't have a webcam, so it doesn't really matter. I also have played sort of other games like Zelda, Pokemon, Snacko, which is a sort of cozy game. All kinds of stuff. But I'm always down to chat, and I'm hoping to be around more and more. With all that said, you know, I really hate it when, like, videos and streamers overuse the "with all that said," but I feel like this is actually the correct use. What annoys me about it is that they misuse it. Anyway, with all of that being said, both the information about me and what I play, as well as my annoyance with that phrase, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. The next stream, at the worst, will be next Wednesday. However, I have had a friend let me know that they would like to see me maybe doing some more art or something on Friday, so it is entirely possible that we will do a creative stream on Friday morning. Also could be me doing planning or learning to make a VPet app for Android. You don't know. I'm going to do many different things on stream, apparently. So maybe see you Friday morning in an American time zone, or evening, I guess, in a European time zone. Otherwise, I will see you next Wednesday for a WoW stream. Have a good night, folks. Goodbye. Do 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 do. Goodbye.